A construction project could reduce flooding concerns in some South Irving neighborhoods.
You can see a lot of the channel lining here that's cracked.
And that's far from the worst of it. We are getting a look at the need for improvements and the work getting underway.
We have come a long way, baby.
There's a lot going on in the city. We're excited to be part of it.
New numbers reveal the financial impact of visitors to Irving. Find out about the opportunities ahead.
Once you do it one time, I guarantee you're going to be hooked.
Check out some of these creations, all made with something commonly thrown away.
We'll actually get up earlier on the weekends to go run than we would get up to go to work.
These people say running is always better with friends. We hang out with the Irving Running Club. Plus, get a look inside a new resource for veterans seeking aviation careers. This is City Source. A big construction project happening now is one that could improve drainage. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. The work is underway on Delaware Creek and related channels. We took a tour to learn more about it.
One reason I enjoy civil engineering is it gets you outside sometimes.
We are outside, walking through drainage systems, balancing on walls, going under streets, all to give you a look at
Parts of the city that no one normally sees from the road.
rarely seen, but very important. This system handles stormwater, but you can see there are some big problems.
During one of our storms, this section of the channel lining fell apart.
This is on the Brockbank Channel in the hospital district. The concrete is more than 50 years old.
With all the spring floodings we had this last year, this channel can not even contain what we would call a 5-year flood event.
Several homeowners in this neighborhood reported water getting into their homes last year, but work is getting started to improve that and make this channel able to handle a lot more water.
It is going to be wider, but as you can see along here, we have a lot of extra easement.
This is part of the focus in what people refer to as the Delaware Creek project, but it's actually bigger than that.
The project has kind of grown. It started out as Delaware Creek primarily. We did some more studies and we realized that two other channels, Embassy Channel, which is just to the west of the hospital, and Brockbank Channel, which is right at the west side of O'Connor Road, are just as crucial.
Some of the first work is happening now at the Live Oak Bridge. Removing it will give crews access to do the work necessary. When it's rebuilt, those vertical supports will be gone. As you can see in this photo, that type of structure can affect flow.
The new bridge that gets installed here will be a clear span with just one support in the middle.
Crews face other challenges here and along the adjacent Embassy Channel. You can see how close the fences are. So with no extra land for expansion, designers had to get creative to add capacity. They're adding depth, and these slanted walls will be rebuilt vertically, using stones like these throughout the project.
It looks very attractive.
They're like 6,000-pound Legos.
It costs a little more, but it's going to be just as sturdy and will last longer than the concrete walls we have now.
On the day of our visit, there was only a little water as we walked through the Embassy Channel. Of course, it's not always like this. In a rain event, what would we see?
What would you see? It'd be about 4 feet deep. Of course, the 100-year rain event, it cannot contain.
There are also more cracks in the concrete and other obstacles that slow the flow.
This is a utility pole that is in the middle of the channel. This creates issues with the hydraulic flow of the water in a flood event coming through here because it creates turbulence.
Construction already underway to expand State Highway 183 is another reason for this work.
Definitely directly related to what's going on 183. They will be releasing a lot more water, and there'll be a lot more water coming from the larger road that's being constructed.
In fact, some of the new, larger culverts have already been installed underneath 183. They will bring more water south.
And this will allow us to eventually take some of the drainage on the north side of 183 that goes almost all the way up to Northgate and correct some of the flooding we have up there with street flooding.
Construction of the current projects is expected to take less than a year and a half.
The goal of this, ultimately, in these 4 phases, will remove 229 structures out of the 100-year floodplain.
So even if you don't get to see the same views we did, the hope is that homeowners will experience the difference.
It'll protect them from flooding.
Now to another spot where construction work is visible, right across from the Irving Convention Center. The art group and its contractor are moving forward with construction on the Irving Music Factory. Work had stopped while the city and ARC worked through some contractual issues. The Irving Music Factory is expected to feature concert venues, a movie theater, restaurants, and more. That news was just one of the topics at the hospitality industry's annual meeting. It's a big event hosted by the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau at the Convention Center. Organizers want everyone to know the impact the industry is making. The music, frozen treats, and fun photos can make guests feel welcome. And feeling welcome is a specialty of a lot of the people here. That's because this is the Irving hospitality industry's annual meeting at the Convention Center. Hotel and restaurant managers, along with community leaders, are among the invited guests.
And we like to give more knowledge to the community on what we accomplish here.
Where do we all fit in the fabric that makes this community healthy? And what else can we be doing or thinking about to keep us on that path?
To support that, there are a lot of numbers the Convention and Visitors Bureau is eager to share. First, from hotels.
Hotel industry in a whole is just doing so well. I mean, we're showing revenue growth, we're showing occupancy growth.
In Irving, hotel occupancy was up about 4% in 2015. The average daily rate for a room is just under $100 a night. That's up 5% from a year earlier.
That's good news for Irving, too, as higher hotel rates lead to higher hotel tax collections and for the city's bottom line.
Restaurants are also trending upward.
In 2014, Irving visitors spent $412 million here in our restaurants. Right, Judd?
I've lived and been in Las Colinas since 1998, and we were stagnant for a long time, and now it's really exciting to see. We're definitely feeling the pulse of the business ticking upwards in our industry.
The Irving Convention Center just started its 6th year. 2015 featured a lot of returning favorites, along with some new additions, including a roller derby and a tattoo expo. How much did it hurt?
We're averaging, 300 events a year here in this building, which is amazing in and of itself, and especially when you realize that none of the development that was supposed to happen at the same time has happened yet, but now it's getting ready to.
We have the confirmation that the Irving Music Factory is coming, and that has been a task for a long period of time.
In fact, work just resumed on that project after financing cleared, and people hope to soon see groundbreaking for the Convention Center Hotel, which will be a Westin.
Both are part of our vision for stabilizing and growing Irving's $1.96 billion with a B dollars of hospitality industry annual spending for the long term.
Clearly, there is a lot to take in: numbers, initiatives, and awards presented to people and companies making an impact. Attendees have some help remembering all of this.
The idea is you can take this back to your group and with one picture explain to the group everything that you learned about.
Mary Stahl is a graphic recorder, capturing the main messages in pictures.
It's actually not a drawing skill as much as it is a listening skill. So I'm listening for the highlights.
Everyone here will receive a copy of the completed drawing.
I love it. You always say you want to be a fly on the wall, and I get to be a fly on the wall and learn so many things about different places and corporations and cities, nonprofits, educational systems. It's fascinating work.
Hers is also a job that depends on a healthy hospitality industry, and the CVB believes it's another way to illustrate impact.
But when you say hospitality jobs, people think about hotels, they might think about airline jobs, maybe they think about restaurant jobs, but here's an artist who makes a living drawing at meetings and conventions.
For all those people have jobs because they're coming to this convention center, they're staying in our hotels, and it just fills throughout the city.
In fact, the CVB figures more than 16,000 jobs are supported by Irving's hospitality industry.
The visitors that come, the impact that they have financially on our city, their taxes in the hotels, their expenses at the restaurants, the gifts that they buy at the stores, the gas they buy, all of that is major. And it takes something like an event today to tell us what grand level that really is.
You have to see your city with a new pair of eyes.
Guest speaker Lee Fisher is inspiring attendees to think big and challenge the imagination.
If I make one message to you today, it's that although you have to be connected and distinctive, you also have to appeal to people's emotions.
There is optimism here that the planning and building underway now will help Irving in the years to come, even as the economy goes through its cycles.
We have sporting events, we have tattoo festivals, we have all these other reasons for people to meet that become somewhat recession-proof because they're not necessarily tied to corporate America. They have a different reason for existing.
They want to spread that message of the difference they make in the city and make everyone feel welcome in Irving.
That's what we're here for, hospitality.
And here is another number for you. The CVB says visitors spend an average of about $5.5 million a day in Irving. Here's what else is coming up at the Convention Center. March 5th and 6th, USA Judo is back with another championship event. March 11th and 12th, it's the Bluebonnet Brew-Off. Also that weekend, the DFW Golf Show returns. And March 23rd through 26th, the robotics event called FIRST will be back. It's a fun, loud competition involving some smart young people. Find ticket prices and a full listing of public events at irvingconventioncenter.com. While we talk travel and tourism, here's something new from DFW Airport and U.S. Customs. The free mobile passport control app is now available for use by international travelers arriving at DFW Airport. Users can enter all of their passport information and customs declaration before arrival. Of course, having all of that done can get people through the customs process more quickly. Wait times in customs had already been greatly reduced at DFW after the installation of automated passport control kiosks about 2 years ago. The new app adds another option for travelers. In business news, Pabst Brewing Company will be locating some of its offices in Irving. The company's brewing operations, sales operations, and category management teams will work in the urban towers in Las Colinas. The company said it has a long-term lease for space that can accommodate 50 employees. Pabst also has offices in Los Angeles and San Antonio and calls itself the world's largest American-owned brewer. The Aviation Institute of Maintenance on State Highway 183 in Irving trains people to work on aircraft. A lot of its students are veterans. Veterans who are often eligible for special programs they may not even know about. But now they have a new resource. Take a look.
We're celebrating the ribbon cutting ceremony for our Veteran Affairs Center. About a year and a half ago, we decided we're going to create a new space specifically dedicated to our veteran students.
We focus on education benefits for our students. We are also an ear if they need it.
A lot of times they're not really aware of some of the benefits that are coming their way.
I'm a veteran and I just think it's really cool that we're having our own little center over here where we can just relax.
Our population's roughly around 40% at this time, so we want to give them a special place that they can call their own.
Everybody wants to help, and this is our way to actually do that.
I think it's absolutely extraordinary to give men and women an opportunity to excel in a great career. We owe them that. I think they come back with extraordinary experiences and really passion for life and to do the right thing.
We want to keep them engaged in school.
Irving's a great location. Obviously, we're set right in the middle between DFW and Love Field. But more importantly, all the communities, the aviation industries that's around the DFW, or more specifically Irving area. The city of Irving has been very accommodating, working well with us to make our school grow and service our students.
Yeah, and the campus has a goal of attracting 800 students. Here's another educational opportunity. Irving residents have a chance to learn skills that could be important in an emergency. As you see in this archive video, members of CERT, or the Community Emergency Response Team, are trained to be self-sufficient for up to 72 hours following a major incident. They also learn how to help first responders. Irving's Office of Emergency Management is offering a free 2-day course in conjunction with the City of Southlake and Northlake College. The classes are April 16th and 23rd. Register at cityofirving.org/2089/CERT. Participants must attend both days to earn the certification. A lot of us probably don't give a lot of thought to the pallets used to move products around, but one local crafter lets his imagination run wild anytime he sees them. We went to a recent class where he shared his ideas. The same wooden pallets used to haul stuff around warehouses and stores can become items like these. Thomas Apodaca is telling these Irving residents how that transformation can happen in a free class offered by the city. It's called Pallet Chic.
Once you do it one time, I guarantee you're going to be hooked. But
he got started after his girlfriend asked him to build something without going to the lumber yard.
I thought she was crazy at the time. I did it and just went crazy. She put it on her, take pictures of the stuff that I'd built for her, and she put it on her Facebook page, and it went crazy. So I quit my job. I quit my job with Nike, and I started Lake Highlands Pallet Creations.
Now he builds custom furniture with reclaimed materials full-time. These designs are from his company's Facebook page. His work starts with finding the right pallets. He says many stores will give them away when asked.
Ask them, hey, what are you guys doing with these pallets? You mind if I have a couple? Oh yeah, sure.
Then check out the markings. Look for HT to show that the pallet was heat treated.
And stay away from a marking that says MB. MB is a very bad chemical.
Most pallets he gets are made of pine, but he occasionally finds some welcome surprises.
This is red oak.
He says most people already have the basic tools to get going with a first project.
So to start, pry bar, hammer.
It can be a little tough at times to get the wood pulled apart and nails out. One student gets a turn to try for herself.
Then go in as deep as it'll go.
Then she gets the wood ready for its next use.
That is too cool.
I actually have some reclaimed wood, and I've been wanting to do a headboard. And that creativity, I'm a business analyst, and so to get to use that other side of my brain, we're really excited about what we can do.
The idea is catching on as more people share pictures of what they've made.
And social media is a powerful tool. It's all over Pinterest, it's all over Etsy, it's all over Facebook. People are becoming more aware.
And there is another big factor attracting people to these projects.
The aspect of recycling.
Many pallets, billions a year by some estimates, end up in landfills. Trees cut down for something with a pretty short life.
We've become a society that really consumes and consumes, and to be able to move in a different direction really appeals to me.
Perfectly good piece of wood right inside here. If I can inspire people to take a pallet that's going to go to the landfill and build something useful with it and sustainable, instead of going to the landfill, I did my job.
And they hope people take an even wider view, looking beyond just pallets.
If anything comes from this, as you're driving around your neighborhood, look at the stuff that people throw away.
He even recycles his used nails at a scrap metal dealer.
You want to keep things that could be put to another use out of the landfill. So once it gets into the landfill, it's buried and no one can use it.
Thomas Apodaca has made it his mission and his business to reuse, making pieces that are now in homes across the region.
Part of my job by doing this is to bring a culture out to the whole Metroplex. I just want to inspire people.
Learn about upcoming classes by visiting cityofirving.org/begreen, and keep in mind, a lot of those classes do fill up quite quickly. Here's another chance to make a positive environmental difference. Keep Irving Beautiful is inviting people and groups to sign up for the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. This year's event will take place at Trinity View Park on Saturday, April 9th at 9 a.m. KIB provides the supplies, and there will even be lunch and prizes. Sign up at cityofirving.org/KIB and look for Don't Mess with Texas on the left. Residents can learn how to save water and money as part of Fix a Leak Week. All Home Depot stores in North Texas will offer workshops on Saturday, March 19th from 10 a.m. until noon. Reps from Irving Water Utilities will also be on hand to answer questions at the Home Depot locations in Irving. Some city employees wore red on the day designated by the American Heart Association to draw attention to cardiovascular health. It's part of Heart Month. In addition, as part of this February focus on heart health, our friends at Parkland Hospital are urging everyone to know their numbers. That includes total cholesterol, glucose, body mass index, and blood pressure. Parkland cites stats showing as many as 1 in 3 adults has hypertension or high blood pressure. Some may not even know about it. But high blood pressure can lead to cardiac disease, stroke, and other serious medical problems. To reduce the risk, of course, it takes a healthy diet with exercise. Also, stress management and no smoking. Heredity is also a factor, but it all starts with getting blood pressure checked. And it is a safe bet that these next people have healthy hearts. They are in the Irving Running Club. Most people think of running as an individual sport, but these club members say running as a group makes a huge difference. And Irving has a lot of great places to run. We were out early and late to catch up with them. While the moon is still visible on a Saturday morning,
5 to 7,
these Irving residents have a question.
Where's your running shoes?
They are members of the Irving Running Club, and this is the day of their weekly long run.
Now in the summer, can be out starting at 5 o'clock or sometimes earlier if you're doing.
So this is sleeping in.
This is sleeping in this time of year.
We'll actually get up earlier on the weekends to go run than we would get up to go to work. So this is what we like to do and enjoy.
They take a group photo every week at their starting point, Java Me Up in Valley Ranch. Minutes later, as the sun creeps up, they set out on their run. Just before they got started, members told us why they like to run as a group.
It's just a very good motivation, supporting group that help you to build up your goals and try to improve yourself.
You get good advice from other runners.
If you run by yourself, it gets kind of boring and you pretty much give up running altogether sometimes.
A lot of these runners have goals in mind.
I like to go and run Boston Marathon.
And many already have achievements to celebrate.
Since I've been running with the running club, I lost like 20 pounds already.
It doesn't matter if you're a 7-minute mile person or a 15-minute mile person. If you're going to run 20 miles today or run 2, we're a family. We're here for each other.
And I brought my neighbor. She's just joined us.
Going at your own pace is not a problem. Members say they encourage each other.
It's kind of like make me wanted to go out and run with them. If I'm running by myself, I can't do it.
Just be active, that's all.
The group has changed up its routes a bit while the northern section of the Campion Trail is closed after damaging floods. But for these runners, there is still a lot to see in this part of Valley Ranch. In fact, they say Irving has a lot of great places to run.
Oh, views are amazing. Views are amazing. I mean, there's always something to look at, lots of wildlife.
I love the sun, the gorgeous sun in the mornings. That's just really great. It's a good start in the morning.
It's all the nature, it makes you feel good.
Members use social media to stay in touch. Not only do they have their own regular events, but they participate or volunteer at many organized local runs, such as the GE Irving Marathon. But sometimes it's just about having fun. We caught up with members out on a Wednesday night in Las Colinas.
Tonight we're actually having a social run.
Tonight's just fun, socializing.
This one is it's a little more casual. We tend to go anywhere from 3, 5, sometimes 7 miles.
We have a shoe vendor out, so we're trying on some shoes.
Your shoes for a runner are the most important piece of equipment.
Their starting point is the Italian Cafe. They circle Lake Carolyn and return. For conversation,
we mostly talk about running
and upcoming races.
So it's what we do.
And they also do some refueling.
We run to eat, so we justify it.
There's times to splurge, and this happens to be one of them for me.
We do need carbs.
Back in Valley Ranch, the long Saturday runs also wrap up with some social time. We caught up with the group inside Java Me Up.
I usually get a smoothie to kind of refresh a little bit, get some protein.
Members told us both the social and physical components are important because they promote accountability.
On the days I don't feel like getting up and running, I just feel like I'm obligated to come out because my friends are going to be there and I'm expected to come, and it really forces me to train more often than I would normally.
Keeping commitments, making friends, and enjoying the sights of the city. Their experiences in the Irving Running Club.
I think it's a good start in the day.
Just a much better experience when you're doing it with people.
A lot of people are already finding that story on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/The City of Irving. There you will also find the links to connect with the running club. While you're there, how about sharing it with your friends? And it's time now to head out to the Animal Care Campus. Intern JP has our Pets of the Week.
All right, thank you, Thomas. We're here at the Animal Care Campus with Katie from DFW Humane Society. And who do we have here?
This is Little Bit. She is a Chihuahua mix. She is 6 years old. She is currently undergoing heartworm treatment right now, but otherwise she would make a wonderful pet. She's very sweet-natured, very neat and tidy in her cage. Doesn't really seem to mind other dogs too much. So yeah, she'll be available soon.
What are some of her characteristics or traits?
Well, she likes to hide under her bed. I don't think it's out of fear. I think she just likes to play, and she likes to kind of have a nice little warm burrow to go in. But she does love sleeping in beds as well.
All right, and who's this little fella?
This is Scamp. He is a 2-year-old little Chihuahua Dachshund mix. He is very sweet, very playful, very energetic. He's a little shy at first, but once he warms up to you, he'll be more than willing to sit in your lap. I really think any family would be. I mean, some Chihuahuas do tend to be a little timid at first, so I mean, it's always better to just approach them slowly until they get used to you. But otherwise, I think, an overall general family would be good for him. Nothing, either young, old, whatnot would work.
I'm sure the kids would love him, right? Full of energy.
Would. Yeah, I think he could be a really sweet dog once he warmed up to you, yeah.
Who do we have here?
This is Caddy. He is a 4-year-old Chihuahua mix. He is currently undergoing heartworm treatment right now, so he will be available soon. But otherwise, he's a very sweet and friendly dog. Yeah, his personality is very friendly. Very willing to come up to you. He is a little shy at first, but once he warms up to you, he'll just, crawl right in your lap and curl up, and you can pet him, and he loves to sleep in beds.
So he's a really friendly dog.
He is. Overall, he's a very friendly dog.
All right, thanks, Katie. Back to you, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot, JP. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. It is tax time, dreaded by so many of us. But on the next City Source, we take you to the unexpected place people are getting free help in filing. Also, the new store that just opened inside a local high school that has already taught some students important lessons. And a first-of-its-kind event at the Irving Convention Center. It is one for fans of electronic dance music. We are inside the fun event and talking with one of the performers next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with a look at the Lake Carolyn Promenade. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.